Okay. Hi, Facebook. Nobody's here yet, so I'm going to give it just a couple of minutes or seconds, whatever. There is no time in Transylvania. Now, my name is Amanda Walker. I'm on the board here at RCP, and it is my pleasure to bring you the newest episode of Inside the Arena, coming to you live from, well, inside the arena. As you may or may not know, if you've ever watched this show before, the point of this is to give you an inside look at the latest piece coming to Riverside Community Players. We are in the middle of our 92nd season. It is so exciting. Yay. Exactly. And one of the benefits of this theater is that we get to bring you shows that are exciting and entertaining, but in a very unique atmosphere. As you can tell, I am literally in an arena. This is Theater in the Round. This is the only round theater anywhere near here, so we're really, really proud of our space. We're really, really proud of the quality of productions that we bring you, and this one is no different. I have to admit, I'm a little biased. I love the story, but I may or may not also be in the cast, but we won't talk about that part. I will tell you a little bit of inside baseball. Baseball. The special effects, the costuming, the stunt work, the tech work that's going in to this show is so incredibly impressive, and we hope that you're all as excited to see it as we are to bring it to you. So we're going to go ahead and start meeting the cast and the director. You've already met me. You should know me by now. You've seen me enough. I'm sure you're probably sick of me. So we're going to start with our Commander-in-Chief, the head of the household, so to speak. I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around. You guys are going to meet the one and only Michael Eastman. Say hello.
Hello. Welcome, Facebook, to Dracula's Castle and the Purley Sanatorium in Purley, England. This is a really exciting show. It's got live rats in the show. We have explosions. We have periods of complete darkness on stage, loud noises, fire effects, and tons of blood that we're going to be going through, and a top-notch makeup crew and a phenomenal cast that are going to be having you guys shaking in your seats out there. It's a great script that moves really well. It's not an old stodgy Dracula. It is young and fresh and dripping with gore and life and horror.
So Michael, other than the excessive amount of gore and all the fun stuff, like, what drew you to directing this show?
Dracula's a story of unlikely heroes basically teaming up to overcome the world's most evil entity. These are not warriors. These are not Van Helsing like the movie was with Hugh Jackman. These are not fighters. It is the owner of a sanatorium, a professor of medicine, a lawyer, and they're all teaming up together. A young lady of that time period. They're all teaming up together to fight this guy who's been around for 500 years, has accumulated all these powers, has a whole team of vampires that he can recruit any moment by just biting people and bringing them into his family, draining people of life. And so it's this unlikely crew facing unsurmountable odds. And the fact that they overcome and find the light at the end of this really, really dark experience it's a really cool story.
Very cool. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to start going around. You guys are all so conveniently lined up. So I'm going to go one at a time. Just introduce yourselves and tell us who you're playing.
Hi, my name is Brian St. Clair, and I'm playing Robert Renfield.
My name's Aaron Miota, and I'm playing Briggs.
My name is Michael Lerma, and I'm playing Jonathan Harker.
I'm Veronique Poutre, and I'm playing Lucy Westfall.
My name is Sydney King, and I'm playing Margaret Sullivan.
I'm Philip Gabriel, and I am Dracula.
My name is Stephen Mueller, and I am Jonathan Harker 2.
Oh, that's me. I'm Tom Newman, and I am portraying Abram von Helsing.
I'm Kit Fugre, and I'll be playing Seward.
Wonderful. And from behind the camera, my name is Amanda Walker, and I'm playing Mina Grant.
One more.
Oh, yes.
Hi, I'm Sean, and I'm playing the monster.
Yeah! My personal favorite, but you know. And you may or may not be getting a sneak peek of some of the set. Oh, no, okay, that's enough. All right, so just tell me, I'm going to back up here so I can get you guys a little bit more in frame. Does anybody have anything specific they want to tell the audience? Anything particular that you're excited about to show them? Thoughts? I know all you can think about are your lines right now, but the people want to hear from you.
Lines.
I just make this up as I go.
We all do.
Yeah.
So it's a master improv work then.
Yeah.
Bram Stoker had nothing to do with it.
Oh, no, I used him as concept.
What's it been like pushing into some of these subjects that are not normally touched upon shows. I know that Lucy, Dracula, you guys approach some very difficult subjects, as well as Seward, depression, suicide, things of that nature. So what's it like been talking about these subjects in this realm of horror?
For Dracula, it's been very interesting because he is very often portrayed as this sort of romantic, melancholy figure. And in this particular adaptation, he is not. He is absolutely pure evil, and that has been it's been an interesting thing to portray as an actor. And I think that it's relentless evil. He doesn't stop. There's no quarter with this particular character, and if he can destroy, he will do it. So it's been an interesting thing in that respect for playing opposite different characters that are certainly much nicer than Dracula. But he's definitely met formidable adversaries in these very nice, proper English folk that sort of take up. And one Dutchman, actually. Let's hear it for the Dutch.
So Veronique, how's it been as Lucy to face down that kind of evil?
I mean, it's terrifying, and it's just pure evil, and it's just horrific, the things that Dracula does and what he enjoys to do. And I mean, she's kind of like, she's with the audience, and the audience sees through her eyes, and they experience it through her fear. And I mean, it's really a lot of fun to like tap into that fear and be able to be so primal. But it's a lot. It's definitely a lot.
Very cool. So, Mr. Professor Van Helsing.
Yes, what would you like to know?
Tell me about your experience so far. How
It's been fun. I haven't done stage work in about a year and a half, and this was fun coming back to it. I worked with Mike before for how many years? 7, 8 years now? And we have acted together. He's directed me before, and we have done a similar show like this probably about 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Called Titus Andronicus. But it was Titus Andronicus Undead because we did it all with vampires. And so we're actually very well versed in how blood works on stage and how sticky it gets.
Yeah, so
it's going to be interesting.
So you're not afraid of the
No.
peanut butter cornstarch?
No, that doesn't bother me. I've been covered in it before.
Well, then you're right at home.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna go this way. Hello, kids.
Howdy.
So we're super excited to have you here. Your character is one of the ones that gets to be the most emotional, shall we say.
Quite.
So tell us a little bit about how that's been for you.
I imagine there's a bit of depression and PTSD going on there, and there are a number of really downer issues that this gentleman has to deal with, but somehow still has to get through the end of the play without making the audience want to kill themselves. So, to that end, it's a struggle. It's a constant fight, as people with PTSD and depression would have. So for me, it's a little personal like that. I didn't realize how personal it would be until I actually got to read the script, and I'm like, okay, we'll work with this.
Your character has a great arc too, so
Yeah, and I think it's safe to say you've done a fantastic job with it so far. You bring such a human element to this, as they said, potentially melodramatic story, but I think, we're all doing such a good job. I'm going to brag on us for a minute. I honestly feel like we're doing a really good job of keeping it as approachable as possible. It's hard to get people to believe that they're in, the 1800s.
Well, it's difficult to sell horror on stage. So what the author maintained is that if you approach it like a 12-year-old and you throw yourself into it and you take it all seriously, that's what makes it work.
Yeah, absolutely. So you guys are quiet back there. I've not heard from any of this section. How you guys feeling? You ready for next week? We open in a week? Yeah?
I'm ready for all the blood and gore to start, because I think it's going to be a really cool aspect to work with, because that's what drew me to the show. Is I'd never worked on a show where so much darkness and blood and stuff like that, and all the effects that Mike was telling me about sounded just really cool. Mm-hmm. So that to me is a draw, not just as an actor, but as an audience member. So I feel like that's going to be a cool thing.
Awesome.
Well, these two guys are really, really important to the show. These are Norbert Briggs and Robert Renfield. Obviously, everyone knows Renfield. But both of them kind of work as adding levity to the show. They are the little bit of comedic rest in the show between all the throat ripping outs and whatnot. So what's it like adding humor to the show, to this dark, dark world?
I like being funny in shows, especially when like everybody else is so uptight in English. So it's fun to be the Cockney guy who comes in and just says things for how they are. So that's cool. And I get to beat on you for a while, so that's good.
Yeah. Which is fun for you.
Yeah,
And fun for
well-
me. I never knew it would be this fun getting beat up all the time.
Well, you get to be crazy, and like crazy's cool.
It is cool.
It's
Yeah.
gross though.
It's
Like,
been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I think, Renfield's a very conflicted character. He's torn between the human world and the supernatural world. He wants power, but he also wants just to belong and to connect with people. And
Please don't start singing.
No.
You're borderline there.
There's a little amount of singing in the show. It's creepy singing. or something.
Yes.
It's
No,
good, though. He's
no
like the voice of an
arias.
angel.
Yeah.
But actually, one of the things that's been really challenging about this show is just the physical nature of it. Running across the room, being on the floor, jumping on tables, biting, kicking, screaming, hitting, getting hit. And yeah, it's one of the fun, I think, aspects of it.
Yeah.
Brings a lot of energy to it.
I know one gentleman who knows a lot about the physical nature of this show is Mr. Sean Stark. He plays the monster, basically is Dracula's true form. How tall are you, Sean?
I'm 6'4".
All 6'4" of him
I am
comes
the one with the
lumbering out on
tallest
the
man in
stage.
the room.
I'm never the tallest.
And
Someone
all
look
the
on my way.
physicality that you do in the show.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun getting into being a monster, and really when you get down to it, he's just a guy who's hungry, and that's how I feel I could bring this character, because I am always hungry.
That's
And
deep.
right, yeah. And
Like stomach deep, tummy
whether
deep.
it's breaking a chicken wing like on a Saturday night watching a movie, or if it's breaking someone's leg and eating him, something like I could bring to that role.
Wow. Well, see, and that's the thing. That's why everybody watching, you have to come see this, because he looks so sweet, and he's got such a great smile, but he's gonna eat some people, and you can't miss that. It's an incredible. I've seen him work, and the amount of exertion and skill that it takes to pull off that kind of stunt work. You have to see it in person. It's one thing on the screen, but when you actually get to see people getting thrown across the room and in person, it's so incredible. So
Lifted up by the neck.
exactly.
Yeah, I feel the way they handle the monster in general is a lot like a slasher villain, like Jason Voorhees or of that sort. So if you're a big fan of that, I definitely would suggest coming next week.
Very cool. All right. Well, unfortunately, the Inside the Arena tech crew didn't give me a phone with a fully charged battery. So I'm going to back up and get you guys into full frame again. If anybody has any last minute encouragement for our audiences to come see the show, please feel free to speak up.
Go see it.
It's a great Halloween show, and that's in like 2
Oh.
weeks, right? Halloween's just around the corner.
Next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, next week. Yeah, we open right before Halloween. Go see it, and then you'll have that little extra Halloween feeling.
And you're welcome in Castle Dracula.
And what I also want to do right now is I'm going to flip back around for a second. I'm going to make the official announcement here. Saturday, October 28th is our second show, and it's also a costume show. That's right. The audience is invited to come down to the show in costume and be judged. The winner of the costume contest is going to win some fabulous, completely blood-free prizes. But that gives you the perfect excuse. Go grab a bite, come see the show, head off to your Halloween party. You'll already be dressed, ready to go. You will not regret it. What a better weekend to come get the pants scared off of you than Halloween. So we hope to see you here. Visit www.riversidecommunityplayers.com to buy your tickets. You can choose your seats. It's easy. You can also buy them at the box office the night of the show, but I will tell you, tickets are going fast, so get yours now. If you have any other questions, please feel free to drop us a comment on Facebook, or you can send us an email. Our contact information is on Facebook and also on the website. Again, my name is Amanda. If you have any questions, I will be the one responding to your Facebook inquiries, and I love to talk to you guys. So please like this video, share it, comment below. Make sure you like our page and that you're following us. Share it with all your friends. Go like the Dracula event page and share that with everybody you know. We want to see you all here. One last look at the fabulously talented cast of Dracula coming to Riverside Community Players starting October 27th, playing Fridays and Saturdays at 8, Sundays at 2, and a special Thursday performance in our second week, and a special Saturday doubleheader on our closing weekend. Thank you, everybody, so much for hanging out with me tonight. And maybe we should start rehearsal. Mike, what do you think?
Let's go for
Yep.
it.
All right. Good night, everybody.
All right.